Honestly, I can't wait. It's all I think about lately. I mean, we'll be together again. We'll get to discuss movies, food again. Everyone around here has bad taste. They don't understand things the way we do. It's a shitty world filled with shitty people. Oh, that reminds me. There are movie theaters and restaurants over there, right? As soon as I get there, let's go grab some peanut butter hamburgers and yogurt smoothies. I'm so excited, York.
My man waiting to die.
Please, York, don't rush me. You just need to wait a bit longer. I still have one job left to do. I need to finish it. I have to. Or else I'd never be able to face you. Just give me a little more time, okay?
I still don't know how the continuity is supposed to work with. The director's cut of Deadly Premonition 1.
Lisa's mother, Galena Clarkson, confessed to murdering Lise. But then immediately afterwards, she went insane. So you had no choice but to detain her.
How you doing though, Lassie? Probably another long stream today. Probably longer than yesterday. But no bowling this time. We might actually... Probably won't get it done, but we'll do a lot.
What a terribly convenient story.
Okay, so the beginning of the game is 2 hours of this. Where this lady, an FBI investigator, and her associate, the associate's been staking him out for 5 years, come and investigate Zach. And are asking him about the case that happens that you were watching. They're trying to get the full story. They got some kind of agenda as they're talking to him here. Maybe suspect him of something. We don't fully know. They kind of spend the first hour or two of the game introducing you to him. He's very sick. I don't know how old he is at this point. Not that much older, maybe like 12 years older, but he's super sick. So I think like MGS4. But they're kind of introducing you to how Zach is in 2019 and these characters, and yeah, he's kind of telling them what happened, flashbacky, I guess, sorta.
You were the first person to find the suspect hiding at a farm on the edge of town. And you even got her to confess to the crime, right then and there.
Obviously, they don't trust him that much.
Did anyone else get a chance to hear Galena's confession?
Only us.
How did you even find that shack in the first place?
The oracles.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
Meta what? Should I know this word?
Metaphysical offender profiling.
He's smoking weed. It's medicinal. So he says.
The term appears 6 times in the Lucare report.
He's got his weed just laid out there that he wraps up.
And 14 times in the 2010 Greenvale report. As long as you're solving cases, the people in charge don't really care what sort of words you use. But we're different. You utilized a highly abnormal method to instantly hone in on a suspect. Then you did it again and again. And every time you used it, one term kept appearing in your files. Metaphysical offender profiling.
Well, because he knows they're not gonna believe some kind of paranormal
Mr.
shit.
Morgan, would you mind explaining to us what this term means?
We could try. But no matter what words we used, you'd never be able to understand. You see, it doesn't pertain to this side. Come, my fairy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Stop hiding back there and give them the explanation they so desire. What? You're too shy?
Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan!
He's pretty sick, I guess.
Come on out. Don't be afraid.
Is that all you have to say? Don't underestimate me, Morgan. I know you and the Clarksons share a deeper connection, much deeper than how it appears on the surface. I need to shake him with something else that's directly connected to the Clarksons. I'm gonna jog his memory by force. Those letters look very old. The postmark suggests they were sent out from Louisiana. And I suspect that dragonfly mark belongs to the Clarkson family.
Maybe. So what if it does?
A stalker has been harassing Patricia Clarkson for several years now. Did you know about this? Constant silent phone calls, unmarked letters. She also spotted a suspicious figure lurking near her mansion several times. And just last week, her employees spotted a strange figure lurking in the vicinity. The day someone else coincidentally used your alias and traveled to Louisiana.
That's very intriguing. Aligned symbolism.
Lise Clarkson also reported being harassed by a stalker just before she was murdered.
Gotta get some storms outside. That'd be Kino, man. Oh, hell yeah. Comfy mystery Kino, dude.
You're aware of this, correct? Because I didn't find any mention of this in your report.
No direct connection to the case. That's what we must have thought.
The visionary lies to himself, the liar only to others. Which are you?
That's enough for now. This all has nothing to do with the case. Besides, there's no evidence that proves those letters are from her. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Mr. Morgan.
You can pick the right one, which sucks.
According to
You
you, at
missed
the
dialogue.
beginning of this case, the victim's body was being stored in the warehouse on purpose. Is that the truth? They really put her body there alongside food and other perishables?
It's in the report.
No. The report only says it was stored using the most effective and shockingly inhuman method possible.
If you can think of a better phrase, we're all ears.
The report isn't wrong, you know. In fact, that might actually be the most accurate way of describing it. It's precise, and it's also kinda poetic. You know?
There you go, buddy.
Wow, Simon. We never would have taken you for a poet.
Shit's on Simon the whole fucking time.
Right?
You two think this is a joke? Lise Clarkson's body was discovered in that cold storage warehouse after 14 long years. If you'd only done a proper investigation, we probably would have found her much sooner. poor girl.
We still regret the fact that we never got to meet her. We're sorry, from the bottoms of our hearts.
I only hope it didn't happen that way by design.
Will you comfort me? Thank you, my fairy.
I knew it wouldn't go that easily. Maybe I should try asking my questions in a different way.
I think if the game storytelling has any issues, storytelling, not storytelling. I mean, there's things to say there, but I'm not gonna talk about that until later. But I think the animations are like really wooden in this one. Not that the animations in the first one were amazing, but they're pretty robotic in this, to the point where it doesn't add much for sure.
I could use Agent Jones here.
It's bugging you, isn't it, Aaliyah?
Yeah, I don't mind the cheese, but the first game had better animations if I remember right. But it also had like kind of full cutscenes, where this is always in-game cutscenes and stuff.
What?
Dylan!
Hey, Ridge. Hey, Ridge.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, Ridge. Thank you, ma'am. As always, thank you. Yeah, you should play the first one. It's pretty fun, dude. Maybe not like fun, but it's really a fun story. It's going good, dude. Trying to get some more streams in since I haven't been streaming that much the last 2 weeks. I've been off and on.
I get it. It's bugging me too.
How about you, man?
It's even got my heart racing a little. I mean, look at this. Nothing but DVDs.
From shitting forever. Let's start going to the next thing. The next thing. What do you mean? Still haven't finished Octopath, man?
Not a single Blu-ray in sight. Just pure, unadulterated DVDs. And he's got VHS tapes, too.
Oh, okay. Just really busy. No time to break away. Hopefully you get a chance, man. Yeah, I was playing Monhunt. Of course, Steam's always spying on everybody, so it showed me your achievements. Fleshy boy. Well, if you want to do any endgame, man, just let me know. If you need help with any shit like Electron or just any other shit, I'm always looking for an excuse to play it. I was playing quite a bit this week.
I don't even have a VHS player in my house anymore. Whoa, look at this.
Spaceballs.
Check it out. This one's got a lot of pizza in it, remember?
You're not wrong, Simon. There's a very large quantity of pizza in that film. 1987, directed by Mel Brooks. The version on that tape is the one we recorded back when you could catch it on cable TV.
Pizza. Our boy. It's Francis Zach Morgan.
Seriously?
He's a little sick in the future here.
Damn, Morgan, that's incredible. You're really living the dream, man.
More or less, Age. It'd be kind of spoiler to explain it, but yeah, it's physically the same guy. For sure. But yeah, he's a little sick. I don't know how the continuity works, because I'm pretty sure the first game shows him even older than this, but they might just be going to Wacky Land. FK in the coffee. Yeah, you should. It's your speed. I think you'd enjoy the cheese mixed with the absurdity and stuff. It's a fun time. What did you think of part 4, man? It had its ups and downs for me. I still enjoy it. Yeah. I think the setting, where it's in the town, and maybe the scale of the stuff, and some of the kind of monster of the week shit wasn't as exciting, but it's still fun. I might have liked it more in part 5. I think part 5 might be my least favorite part, but they're all fun so far. Yeah, the PC version's fucked. I mean, we had people in here who just couldn't play the PC version. I played it on PS3. It runs like shit, but apparently 360 is the best. I think maybe the Switch version might be the best now, as the Switch version came out not that long ago and has the director's cut stuff. You're worried about that? Yeah, the Switch version came out like 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, Rich, I know what you mean. 5 is cool too. I feel like 5 has a more flowing, overarching plot. There's just some kind of dull episodes, but it's still fun. It's different. I'm really looking forward to the next part. I think it's Jolena or whatever, so that'd be cool. Yeah, I know what you mean. More episodic shit. So.
I hope you both haven't forgotten that this conversation is also being recorded. This is a nice building. Layout isn't bad either. Whew. Must be rather expensive to rent a place like this in Boston.
He's an FBI agent who doesn't do shit.
How many other rooms are there in this apartment? That room over there, your bedroom?
Huh. Why so curious, Belle?
Why are you watching? What are you watching next, Erich?
It almost sounds as if you're seeing this place for the first time. Aside from the hardware shop on the first floor, every apartment in this building has the exact same layout. We're well aware that you studied the layout of this apartment before you came to see us. There's no need to act so roundabout. Just be honest. Say it. I want to see your bedroom.
Well then.
Doesn't mean we'll let you see it, though.
Yeah, I would just get the Switch one. I don't know if you could digitally get the 360 one on the marketplace. I got the PS3 one digitally, because my PC one didn't work.
Agent Jones. Are you paying attention? Or do you intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
No. Sorry. I'm just a little tired. I'm listening.
Take your hand out of your pocket. Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad. I'm actually kinda nervous. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my specialty, you know. I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I had some pizza, though.
Pizza? Jesus.
The FBI needs to do something about their lack of personnel. I'll have to ask the questions myself.
Yeah, this one's definitely embraces some of the wackiness more than the first one. The wackiness, like they skirted with wackiness, and as it goes it gets pretty absurd with paranormal shit, but half the time you didn't even know if that was legit or not. This one's just like raw dog on the wacky, zany, and paranormal shit. I don't know for sure. I've heard it's fine through just people talking. I haven't heard it's like fuck. I mean, I've heard it's still no version of Deadly Premonition is really stable. But you pick the, your poison essentially. But I haven't heard any super bad things about Switch. Mainly just PC, PS3, and then all of them have horrible FPS issues and shit. You'd have to do a little research, but I think it would be fine. But I wouldn't trust myself too much. I didn't play that version, so.
But how should I start? Maybe I should look back over the files and calmly reassess the situation.
There wasn't any big drama or nothing when it came out, so it had to been like kind of okay.
Just the usual around here, no need to worry.
The usual?
Yes. A strange person lives upstairs. Every now and then, he makes noise.
What's strange about him?
Several years ago, a woman was murdered upstairs. Her husband still lives there.
Yikes.
He's ex-BPD, and apparently he's still searching for the killer. But it seems like they cut all support for the investigation due to decreased funding. The team on the case wanted to keep working on it, but the suits wouldn't hear of it. A tale as old as time. Due to his situation, perhaps, he's been making a lot more noise recently.
Maybe he's pissed.
Like you just heard.
You never noticed anything, Agent Jones.
Well, I did hear some loud noises every now and then, but I didn't think they were real noises coming from upstairs. I mean, look at him. It's not like he's reacting to the noise. He always just went about his business as usual for all the years I've watched him.
Yeah, it's a fun one to play with a friend,
So I just
probably.
figured it was coming from the TV.
You really amaze me sometimes.
You can just blitz the story pretty safely. You really wanted?
After you arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons.
Yeah. The ever-growing stream
At
queue.
least that's what it says in the report. What exactly happened there?
Just a simple run-in, that's all. Nothing but a single phenomenon. Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth. Truth doesn't work like that.
Yeah, dude.
A hollow phenomenon,
Long RPGs.
which
in it.
resulted in a
What
mountain
is
of
after
corpses.
Octopath? What's in the queue?
Oh, Belle. We think we finally understand what you're trying to say, but don't be so voracious. How about another cup of coffee?
Oh, okay. Both very good options.
We've still got a long way to go, you know.
A mountain of bodies, he says. Interesting.
Yes. It's coarsely ground, so there should only be 4 teaspoons per cup. No more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel to the siphon. Simon, normally you only do surveillance in order to gather data, correct? Hiding microphones and cameras, sifting through garbage, wiretapping, shadowing, tracing credit card histories. You'll do whatever it takes to gather data in order to prevent crimes. That's how the FBI works.
Well, yeah, you're right. No reason in hiding it now, I guess. Why do you ask?
Our Southern Belle has adopted a very peculiar MO. It's almost like she has a special power, just like us.
Does she know? Laugh.
You've been watching us this entire time, haven't you, Belle? From that window.
I don't need to answer that question.
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you returned to your hotel room last night. You observed us the entire time without sleep or rest.
Infinite handgun
You only
bullets.
ate once, some pizza delivered by Simon. Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You simply sat there and continued to watch us. You have visions, too, don't you? You came here solely to hear us talk, but then why bother watching us for over 2 days beforehand? You didn't come to talk with us. You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes, and because you're already convinced of something, isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
But I...
Oh, coffee. Thank
that
you, my
coffee.
fairy. If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have all gone to waste.
I mean, this one might as well have infinite ammo too.
Us in our
Every enemy
brains.
drops like 50.
It really has a way of interfering with our lives. Didn't remember. She came along.
Muttering.
Oh. What the Christ? This is friggin' delicious. I thought I was gonna shit myself for a second there.
Fucking Simon, ever the professional.
Come on, Aaliyah, take a sip. Trust me. I'm not exaggerating here.
I don't believe it. It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
Of course it is. Coffee is a sacred drink. Coffee saved us.
Her hands? No questions, man. She's got a glove on one of her hands because when Zach sees red, he goes crazy, sorta. And she had like a cut on her hand on bandage, so she covered it up.
If not for its oracle.
If you
We
mean
would be
something
on the
else
other
with
side right
animations,
now.
then God knows.
So I never forget to pay my respects to coffee, especially at critical moments like this.
God bless coffee.
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in the sky. And that sound. Thunder snow is coming.
Under snow.
Come on, don't glare at me like that, Aaliyah. I told you, I'm out of my element here, remember?
This isn't the time or the place.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just really nervous. I mean, Morgan's a legend. And now he's right in front of us, and things are all tense. I'm sure it'd give any normal agent a stomachache.
Incidentally, Simon, why did you decide to stop working out in the field?
Don't ask. It's a long story.
I don't mind. We have lots of time, don't we? I could even make you another cup of coffee, if you like.
Fine then. I'll try to make it brief. See, I used to work out in the field.
I mean, the
Had my
Simon
own part.
Morris, you can miss this though. That
But
sucks.
we had a little rivalry that sort of ruined our relationship. It was over a woman, of course. You know how it goes. We fell in love with the same girl. At the same workplace, too. Then one day, the three of us went to go do a stakeout at a restaurant over in East Boston. I pretended to be a customer while my partner waited in the car, and she waited in the building across the way. Well, it only took a few minutes for my partner and I to lose our heads. We started engaging in this
Oh,
dumb
are they
contest
gigantic?
to see who could impress
I
her
don't know.
more. Things were looking bad. I knew I was gonna lose. Then,
It's her secret
something
power,
happened.
man. Big hands.
Right in front of me, a customer starts choking on something. Face was pale, froth at the mouth, the whole 9 yards. I got up at once, but my partner stopped me. Didn't want us to blow our cover, so what did I do? I ignored him. Helped the guy anyway. I couldn't stand by and watch that. I couldn't help myself. Next thing I knew, I was a hero. The guy survived, the restaurant thanked me, and I'd even managed to win the heart of you-know-who. It felt pretty good, you know? One-upping my partner right in front of his very eyes. But that was the beginning of the end. A few days later, she and I went to go get some bubble tea at a cafe in Brookline.
Bubble tea,
A
man.
man comes up to me and said,
I'm here to thank you on behalf of the person you saved in that restaurant.
feeling a bit cocky, I said, "All in a day's work, my good man," and tried to brush him away. But he held out an envelope to me and said,
My client broke 3 ribs thanks to the unnecessary Heimlich maneuver you administered to him. He wants you to ensure that he'll be able to get the proper treatment.
I thought I'd saved someone, but all I ended up doing is wasting a lot of my precious time wrapped up in an astronomically stupid court case. It also blew our cover, so our target found out about us. In the end, I was taken out of the field and banished to a meaningless job that anyone with half a brain could do.
Poor
No,
Simon.
sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, well, that's
What is
happened.
illegal? To like sue somebody when they try to save you or something? I don't know.
Of course, I also lost the love of my life and went back to being a lonesome loser. And that's why I hate being out in the field. Oh, come on. I tell you all that and you're not even gonna say anything?
That was long, Simon.
Hey, I warned you. I told you it'd be long.
Yeah, I imagine that's illegal, surely.
Oh,
Poor Simon, man. Okay, so top left is the main one, I think, because it's marked.
Agent Jones, I'm sorry for not responding to your story. It was just so bizarre. I wasn't sure what to say.
sorry that the greatest trauma of my life ended up being too bizarre for you.
Well, what do you expect? All you ever talk about is pizza or hitting on women. Honestly, it offended me. I felt like I was listening to a teenage boy tell some misogynistic conquest story.
Whoa, Aaliyah, hold on a minute here. Despite how I may seem to you, I am actually pretty popular with the lady. And you know that coworker of mine? She's the one who came on to me. Besides, I only told that story because a certain someone asked me to. It's what happens when you're a popular guy.
Hmm.
Is this all some
I
big
wanna
joke to
chat.
you? I'm really losing my patience here.
You simply have yet to awaken to my masculine charm.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm surprised. I'm guessing he didn't actually have to do anything. I guess it just wasted his time or something. He didn't say how the case turned out, I don't
Maybe
think.
you should try getting some more experience under your belt.
Agent Jones, are you trying to get me to sue you for sexual harassment?
He's digging his own grave. Isn't he, my fairy?
Aw, come on, Morgan, not you too. I'm sure a guy like you can tell why women might find me attractive.
No.
What's that supposed to mean?
I just mean, you know, imagine it for a minute.
Why are we here? I don't know. They're here interviewing him about the murder. cases that he's looked into that you flash back to and play out. But we don't know the goal of everything quite yet.
A woman who you wouldn't necessarily call beautiful, yet still possesses some
They're just with the
unique
FBI.
charm.
Asking him about it, sort of.
You see women every now and then who you wouldn't mind spending a night or two with, right? And I'm like the male version of that.
Jesus.
Come on, you know what I mean. Some women just prefer a man who's a little below the norm. And they're usually with a different guy each time you see them. From straight-laced businessmen to gold chains and fake tans. They prefer buffet style, you know? Anyway, my point is, we've all got this special kind of sex appeal.
I couldn't even keep track of all the sexist remarks you made just now.
Hey, just cool it for a sec, would ya? We're having a guy conversation here. This is all just strategy I'm using to try and loosen Morgan up. Trust me.
Yeah, these are pretty wacky.
Why would an agent as skilled as you close the Lise Clarkson case without locating her body?
Good question. Maybe we just weren't as skilled as you think back then. Isn't that right, my fairy?
You reported the body as being stolen. Was that truly the case?
Meaning?
Meaning there's a possibility that the body wasn't stolen, but purposefully moved instead. Maybe someone ordered someone else to get rid of the body, or even store it in a specific place.
But who? And for what purpose?
In order to use the body for something else. You never considered that? Perhaps there's some connection between the frozen body and the fact that Sang Rouge is still being produced.
Hey, Aaliyah, how about explaining yourself clearly so that even I can follow along?
Someone extracted the ingredients to Sang Rouge from Lise Clarkson's body. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it, Belle?
So that they could go on producing the inimitable drug without Professor R.
What?
Drug addiction destroys people, physically and mentally. It makes them capable of doing anything just so they can get their hands on a fix. Abusing a corpse? That's nothing to an addict. And with your dependency, I suspect you might know just what that's like.
Maybe we do. If you threaten to take this away from us, I might have to kill you both right here and steal all your $100 bills. Oh, spine-tingling, scary stuff, isn't it, my fairy?
You sure got a twisted sense of humor there, Morgan.
Do you hear that thunder? It's probably gonna snow soon.
We're in Massachusetts. That's the norm for this time of year.
Massachusetts.
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm. Agent Jones, after we're done here, Agent Jones, is something the matter? Snap out of it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know.
Do you? Then stop daydreaming.
Okay.
You just what?
I
got pissed,
my
man.
stomach's been letting some thunder loose, too.
Thunder?
That coffee was just so good,
It what? We don't have all day here.
The coffee was just so good, it, summoned forth a massive tsunami from within me.
Excuse me? What is wrong with you? Now is really not the time for this.
Right door at the end of the hallway.
Thanks, pal. Hold on. You can make it. We can do this. It's not very far.
I'm in now. How did he get on the FBI?
We promise you, we did not put laxatives in the coffee. Coffee is a sacred drink, remember?
Motherfucker. There's no doubt that the report omitted information linking Morgan to the Clarksons. I need to get him to confess. Oh yeah. That reminds me, there's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's briefcase. Mr. Morgan, I heard that you were always a smoker. Did you ever wonder if that was the reason you contracted your illness?
Love those cigarettes, man.
What does that have to do with this case?
Nothing. I'm just personally curious about it.
Sometimes, people die in car accidents, regardless of how well they take care of their health. Other times, they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I'm not concerned with statistics. I'm just curious about you, right here, right now.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. That's one step in the right direction, isn't it?
Perhaps. If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly, it looks to me like you have a mental dependency.
Maybe. But so what if we do?
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes? When a person starts to use one drug, it becomes much easier for them to branch out and try other drugs as well. The first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to stronger substances.
Oh. Are you trying to say that's going to happen to
I'm
us?
trying to say my man's gonna down some red seeds, man.
No. I'm simply saying there's a possibility.
I mean, he doesn't like red. I don't see why he'd bother.
Agent Jones probably won't be back for a while. Actually, now might be my opportunity to make some real progress. Have you ever seen this before?
Chain of
And
custody.
please, don't say no.
Sang Rouge. The drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating. It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now. But it's still very much alive.
Is that the case he still wants to... Or the thing he still has to finish before he sees
But only
York
in a
again?
very limited part of Louisiana. You aren't surprised? Did you somehow know this would happen?
Copies of another drug being circulated isn't exactly a rare case.
But Sang Rouge is special. The inimitable Enigma powder. The origin. It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared, but it's impossible to analyze. After all, it appears to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT. If you're lucky. No. Sang Rouge requires a special recipe. The original recipe, which someone's been guarding this entire time. Someone who survived the incident in Le Carré.
All messy letters again.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia.
Alatreon is probably the shittiest monster in that game. Bad boss. Yeah, Blast is not. He'll probably never win with Blast unless you're like solo and just tank the deaths.
In order to
Even though,
interrogate her, of course.
Yeah, I use blast weapons too, so I had to whip out one of my other weapons.
So you told us.
but I was unable to meet with her.
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
No, she didn't get the chance to.
Blast processing.
You see, she's gone missing.
What?
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th.
Yeah, Safi's fun. Safi came out before Latreon. Safi gets you the best weapons in the game, but if you want the best elemental weapons, you need to do Kulvataroth. I don't even know if they're the best, they just have the most elemental damage. But with Kulvataroth, I think you have to get the high rank versions of weapons and then upgrade them using the MR rank or something. I don't know. I just have like a really godly Safajiva weapon, fully upgraded, a blast one. That's my king weapon. Cause Safi weapons give you a piece of armor set too, and special combo or special augments you can get. They're really good. Yeah, the problem with the Latreon is you need elemental and you need specific elements, so I usually just make some. I already had just a bunch of like endgame elemental shit and that did the job, but
According to
it's a
her
shit
employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared. But since that sort of thing happened often,
branch
they
on the
didn't
window.
think anything of it. On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on her, she was gone.
Yeah, Safajiva is fun just to do to get the weapon. I use pretty much that weapon on everything, but yeah, Latreon's work. You can beat a Latreon just with like a normal endgame elemental weapon, but you gotta use the right one for the right quest, and even then you're gonna have to tank nukes and it's just bad. If you're just doing the special assignment, you want an ice weapon, and you want to break the horn every time he goes dragon mode. So that way you can keep him in a ice vulnerability, but you'll still die. Yeah, Latron's shit. Just do everything else. enjoy everything else.
But no one knows how long her window had been open for.
I had fun grinding in Safajiva though. Yeah, Raging's fun.
This is just my hypothesis, but on December 28th,
I didn't like Infernal Brocky very much. He was still fun enough.
a strange man visited Le Carré and was spotted near her mansion. That man must have found some way to lure Patricia into his car, the '89 Cadillac that he bought used. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton, where they boarded a train to Boston.
I think Godo likes him, but I just don't like the new shit they added to it.
They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th, or perhaps early morning on the 30th.
Another one of those where if you just play HPG or something, it's simple, but Melee kind of gets to not really fight very
I believe
often.
this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess? I'd love to hear your opinion as a former FBI special agent.
Now we get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi?
I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room? That Agent Jones is your witness? Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with, especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
You're possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Le Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake. You can make all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Belle. Damn good. You're brimming with potential. Don't you think she's the perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us. This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy.
No, I don't know.
Son of a... How did this happen in my town? God damn it!
She's dead, dude.
The head and limbs were severed and lined up, according to the lines that were drawn with her blood. Just like migratory birds flying systematically across the sky. Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Severed roots?
This is the way the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut 'em off from the family.
Trisha's pretty chill here.
And how do you know about this?
Everyone in town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
What does the V stand for, then?
Beats me. What, you think I know everything now?
Vilitatio. It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach?
Good old Latin.
There are no defense wounds on the corpse. In other words, Galena showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated. But, strangely enough, there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas. That's a vital reaction, which means she couldn't have been dead.
You mean...
Yes, that's right, Patty. Galena was amputated while she was still alive, and she never resisted.
Is that even possible?
It certainly isn't impossible. For example, if she was put to sleep with a drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire that?
Just be like her daughter.
Mr. York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How can you be sure of that, Melvin? Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic. This is especially true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Well, no, I don't reckon I do. Yeah, might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive. You just gotta head west along the Mississippi. You can't miss it.
Got it. Thank you, Patty.
Been there before, but we didn't unlock the fast travel.
By
So
the
we didn't
way,
have fast travel unlocked yet.
No matter how accelerated Patty may be, don't you think she's still a bit too young to see something like this? For the record, I have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but...
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, CLG! Come on, sweetie. Kids shouldn't have to see stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
Not the best father in the bunch. So where we get the rice. $10.26.
You sure you okay, CLG?
I'm fine. Besides, I'm used to seeing stuff like that on CSI. You're the one who looks pale, Daddy.
Well, it did shake me up a little, but I'll be back to normal in no time. Sorry about that, Mr. York. What say we rest in the interrogation room till we all calm down, CLG?
Sure thing, Daddy. I'm gonna go sit with Daddy for a bit, Agent York. We can join back up later.
Patricia's the killer. Heavy southern
Galena
accents.
killed. You really think that's what happened here, Zach? If this is truly the ritual that the Clarksons used
I do
to
like
cut
the
ties
voice acting
someone,
with this. It's pretty decent.
why would they go out of their way to
It's
do
either
it
the good, funny,
in a
or
holding cell?
they're good, funny
They
ones.
could
For
have
sure.
easily done it after we released her. And judging from how Danny Clarkson was acting, I think it's clear that he really loved Galena. How could he accept this grotesque butchering, even if it was for the sake of the family? There's no point in ruminating on this. We should get back to the investigation. As long as we keep moving, the answer will inevitably fling itself straight at us.
Got my brown suit on. Don't know how I get other suits. There's a Hungan man.
You found the flying serpent. But now, the flying serpent will come to find you.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it looks like this flying serpent is a venomous one.
Some become feasts, while others are eaten alive. Which fate would you prefer?
Both sound marvelous, but let me check with Zach.
A fine answer. Find the one who fired the pistol at heaven. Within the white hall of beds, brandish the ticket to the goddess. And once again, you will see the other world. Do you comprehend the oracle?
Zach, it looks like he's hell-bent on leading us back into that other world.
Follow the oracle.
Oh, I will, Hungan.
And if you just forgot what he
There
said,
are
it's
only
alright.
two
It's pretty
types of things
cryptic.
in our
Pretty
world.
hard to remember.
Things that should be resisted and things that should be accepted. And I believe this oracle is something to accept.
Go bowling in the other world? I hope not. Nico, let's go to the other world.
Do you think we're crazy for believing everything that skeletal gentleman says? No, we're not crazy. Not one bit. This is our destiny, that's all. But I shouldn't need to explain that to you, Zach. The one who fired the pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt M1877 up at the sky.
I mean,
Well, that
guns
film
would
took
be
place in New Mexico, didn't it?
sheriffs.
And the Oracle probably isn't referring to a situation like that. It's
Bank.
got to be for some purpose other than an attack or a threat. Raising a pistol up to the sky, then slowly pulling the trigger, kind of sounds like the start to a race. Don't you agree, Zach?
Does the Thompson's farm have racing in it?
Bingo, Zach.
Is there like a bayou race?
We're currently running a race here. And the one who started this murder investigation is indeed the one who fired the pistol at heaven. In other words, the person who first discovered the body.
Oh, the Thompsons
According
did?
to the files, Lisa's body was discovered by Chuck Thompson, a crawfish
I
farmer.
remember that.
He apparently works out of a fishing hut located
I figured
in the
there'd be like a
marshes south of
bayou
the bayou.
race. That's what he meant.
Let's
the
go
others
pay him
didn't
a
fit.
visit. Who knows? We might even get to see some crawfish. What? Why isn't the murderer the one who started this race? Zach, this isn't like you. Of course the murderer isn't the one who started the race. The murderer's running it. They're currently in first place, and they're breaking all the rules. Any more objections, Zach? Within the White Hall of Beds.
Oops.
This one is even easier.
Alright, fellas. Schmacked it.
There are only a few establishments that have a whole hall's worth of beds, especially in a small town like this. I'm sure you've already got a pretty good idea.
Just be the
Beds
end, right?
all lined up. Oh, you really think that's a White Hall? Sorry, but I have to There's a more obvious answer out there. A place that anyone would think of when they hear the words White Hall.
It could be the prison.
Beds all lined up. Only an amateur would hear that and think it must be referring to a brothel.
Abandoned factory.
Come on. Who would ever use White Hall as a symbol for a bordello? No, a white house refers to the same place no matter what country you're in. You never disappoint me, Zach. It's a medical facility.
Oh, that makes sense. But there's only... This is like a half medical facility and there's only one bed.
They
The
invite
other
their
just didn't make
patients into
sense.
rooms full of beds where they're tended to by doctors and nurses clad in white. It's definitely a White Hall, where people are invited into beds.
And it's definitely not a place where people would stay long term. It's not like a
You
hospital.
always manage to impress me with your intuition. I'm really counting on you here, Zach. And I know I'll always be able to.
The galaxy brain? Yeah, really. You gotta become one with the other side, man.
Agent York, you're trying to leave without your trustworthy assistant?
Hello there, Patty. I'd never
Quite a
attempt
bit,
such
put
a
it
thing.
to.
I was simply engaging in a battle of
Not
wits
as much
with
as the
Hoongar
first
while I
one.
waited for you.
But he does it a lot more in the main game too, not just side content.
Hoongun?
Yes, the skeletal gentleman in the top hat.
Not that story again.
In fact, he just did, I think, a minute ago.
Is this how you always conduct your investigations?
This is the way I work.
I bet you can't find a single partner. Not even in the entire FBI.
That's not true. I always work together with Zach.
Oh, right. Zach. Don't worry. I'll be your partner while you're here in our town. Now, let's go investigate.
Okay, Morgana. Let's do that. The church and Chuck. Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck. Is this for reflexing? Probably. That is Morgana's VA, we looked it up. I think the idea though is that the movies he likes are like shit. When he talks about great movies, they're like bad. I don't know any of the movies he said he's liked for the most part. Somebody said that they're pretty bad. But he does reference like popular shit, but it's usually just for like reference, not about his opinions on it. Yeah, Tremors is good. Yeah, he talks a lot about I think Swery, yeah, somebody said in here that Swery's a huge movie guy, so that's probably a big part of it. At 5 p.m. we need to get a drink at the bar. But other than that, we're just two main story. I need to find the last picture in this album, but I have no idea where that is. I love me some Tremors, man.
How's your mama? So, you're that hotshot.
Yeah, I need to watch the rest of the Tremors movies.
Hearing about.
And who might you be?
I came to claim the body of my daughter. My daughter, who was murdered in a holding cell after you detained her yesterday.
Zack, I wasn't expecting to run into the final boss this early. You must be the head of the Clarkson family, P.J. Clarkson.
Daughter.
And you've come to claim the body of Galena
My mom was
Clarkson,
good.
whose
She
dismembered
just came
corpse
home.
was found early this morning. Is that correct? Where did you learn that Galena had been murdered? Zack and I just learned of the news ourselves.
This is Luke Corey. And I am P.J. Clarkson. There ain't a single thing I don't know about this town.
I see. So then you must also know about the Severed Roots ritual. I have a question for you, Philip. We suspect that Galena was murdered by someone from the Clarkson family. Have you given that possibility any consideration?
Listen up, you FBI piece of shit. You better watch your manners around my pa.
Shut up,
else?
Daniel.
But sir,
Just the son-in-law, man.
sir.
Just a bitch.
I'll have you know I once had 3 children. But I must not have raised them very well, because my son and my eldest daughter both ran away and never came back to me. The only one who stayed by my side was my second daughter, Galena. Then she done married Daniel here into the family and presented me with both an heir and a granddaughter.
Yeah, Daniel's hair,
Seemed
man.
for a while as if things were finally starting to calm down.
So it's one of the out-of-town family members, maybe?
Then,
Granddaughter.
someone corrupted both Galena and Lise. And I lost everything. Aside from my shit-heel son-in-law, that is. You understand me, FBI?
Galena's death is nothing but a loss for the Clarkson family.
That doesn't mean the Clarksons are automatically innocent, though. Humans don't always act out of self-interest, do they?
That mouth. You're starting to sound more and more like your mother. We're leaving, Daniel.
What? But my treasure.
Now, whether you end up being an angel or a demon, I reckon you're the man I've been waiting for all this time. Once you finish that autopsy, and we're clear to take her home, I want you to give me a call.
They're phenomenal, Patty. So perfectly rural. Ominous statements, foul-mouthed insults. This town possesses a complicated system of communication that you just can't find in the city. Work-centric emails are so cold.
Well, it
lifeless.
is, yeah. A
This
gift
is
given
what
by the
true
devil
human
himself.
connections feel like. Connections as visceral as blood itself.
So, Agent York, what's next on your agenda?
The last boss may have gotten the jump on us, Patty, but I didn't let him shake my resolve. I intend to obey the skeletal gentleman's oracles, and that's that. First, we should head to either the home of the person who discovered Lisa's body or to the town's medical facility. Well, Zach, what do you think?
One's on the way. One isn't.
So, Mr. York, What do you
What
think of
in
my
the fuck?
castle?
Melvin got over that murder quick.
I've been curious about it since the first time I saw it. You've got excellent taste, Melvin.
I dub it Lou Crawfish. I'll have you know, crawfish is pretty much its own food group in this town. Since this store carries all the bare necessities you'll need for daily life, I reckon it was an apt name. If it's sundries you're looking for, there ain't much you won't find here.
Okay. What are you selling, my man? The essentials.
You ever need anything? You just come on by, Mr. York.
You're not only the sheriff of this town, you also manage a general store.
Sure, as long as you ring this bell here.
That's terribly convenient, Melvin. But I have one concern. What if a crime occurs while you're managing the store, running a business and keeping the peace? Both jobs require immediate response in times of crisis. I just can't see how it would be possible.
It's actually pretty easy, Mr. York.
But what if a criminal who just robbed a bank came here on his way home and bought up all your stock?
Oh, I like the sound of that. You want to make me rich? Hey, how about you just buy up the whole store while you're at it? I'll never let money stand in my way. It's not the boss of me, for I am the last shopaholic. Ooh, I'm funny.
Melvin, that was a serious question.
Really? Could have fooled me. Not even the Clarksons would do something that crazy. No point in preparing for something that'll never happen, right? After all, this is Lucari, the tiny forgotten town in the middle of southern nowhere.
No crimes here.
Get
no.
it, Zach? It's Occam's razor to a T. Melvin, I have to say you're a very balanced man. Now I feel confident that the Woods household will do just fine, even if you end up losing your job as town sheriff.
You sure are a joker, Mr. York.
Based woodsman. Where he fucking frames everything as like a movie trailer. Who's fast traveler than us? It's like T Yahoo. It's some chick who's drives a sports car and she's creating like an Uber program where Uber was a thing, but she's doing this for research, so she's taking him around to get the prices and everything figured out. I don't know if I can check like people.
Hey, Agent York.
I can, I'll show you.
Just so you know, dealing with Pastor Sanders is gonna be a big pain in the butt.
A big pain in the butt?
That's what I said. But I guess you have no choice but to obey your oracle, huh?
Oh, you can still drive around. Well, you don't drive yet. You drive this. And you have to unlock the fast travel station, so. This is what I spent all yesterday doing for the most part.
Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states? Zach, I'm right, aren't I? This is a vast country. Incredibly vast. And it's mostly composed of mountains, deserts, and farmland.
Let me do this one first.
Small towns scattered about here and there.
She's
That's
just
how
not
America
here.
looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country, New York, Chicago, and LA are all microscopic. Sometimes they even feel like figments of my imagination. Think back to what Las Vegas looked like when we were driving up I-15. It was a mirage. TV and movies dress up those mirages and broadcast them to people all around the world. Meanwhile, American women become fascinated by the gorgeous city lights and are drawn toward those illusions. The very same women who were chosen as prom queens in their small towns. In the end, all they find are ghosts. Once their eyes adjust to that blinding light, they realize there's nothing but vanity and lust surrounding them. They finally figure out that it was all in their heads. Then they quickly try to satisfy themselves with something else. Drugs. And drugs are the gateway to a whole pantheon of crime. Zach, remember what you told me once? The women who turn to crime aren't the evil ones.
I think you
The
can
drugs
if you
aren't evil
unlock
either.
certain things,
They're
but I
the
can't
chemicals,
customize my
the ones
skateboard
who
yet.
feed off those women and use them. They're the ones to hate. Let's go, Zach. We need to find the person who's hiding behind Galena and drag them out into the blazing southern sun.
Hey, we don't know each other. Text from a number that's close to your number. They're like, hey, for now we don't know each other. Who the fuck are you? What?
Okay, Zach. It's time to put our skills to the test.
Sounds like something you just wouldn't reply to. They say like fishing for shit. Oh no! Eats shit.
Well, Zach, it seems as if we've reached an impasse. I'm afraid we won't be able to proceed any further like this.
Zakari Tiger to DC Eagle. Is everything alright?
Maybe you got the wrong number, now he's just memeing.
Hello, Melvin. Sadly, my darling just gave out on me.
Your darling? You mean...
Yes, that's right. My beloved skateboard. I know the chances are slim, but do you happen to know of any establishments in town that can repair skateboards? Please, I hope this doesn't offend you. Neither Zach nor I would ever dare to assume that a remote country town like this would have a skateboard shop in it. But perhaps you have at least one eccentric who likes to tinker with them in their spare time.
Is this where we get the ability to customize skateboards?
Double bass player by night, trick master by day. God blessed her with 2 talents, and her name is Emma Sanders.
Emma?
That's right. She's Pastor Sanders' adopted daughter, and was also Lise Clarkson's best friend. Emma really knows her stuff. She's got tools and a mountain of parts, so I'm sure she'll be able to help.
I owe you one, Melvin. Zach, I never thought we'd find our very own skateboard mentor out here in the sticks. Let's head straight to Emma. What is it, Zach? Why didn't I just ask the sheriff to tow away the old cars? But isn't it obvious? I want to overcome this obstacle using my own strength.
Yes.
In fact, I want to soar over it.
Is there a fast travel around here? You think there would be. Guess the closest one is the Clarkson's place. This is the skateboard shop. Okay. Well, we definitely do that first in case we need the skateboard where we're going. Maybe the guy was having some kind of breakup, man. Or it's a bot. Not a bot, but some fucking weird phishing bullshit. Who knows, man? Weird. I haven't gotten any weird texts before. I get a lot of like fake calls. Maybe it's you from the future. Send in text to your past self. Number of neighbors. What the hell is that? Somebody just texting the number right next to them as a joke or something. I guess people can get bored, man.
You again?
How about to shoot your gun in the middle of town, are you? It's a rubber bullet gun. Its name is Mr. Alligator. That's fun. We're in the deep south, too. What is this? Do I have to kill the alligator? That'd be a ways away. Well, that's pretty good, Lassie. Nice. Hopefully they execute and it's a good thing. We love Suikoden. We love Suikoden. Damn. Big Suikoden fans. Yeah, I need to play it. The other Suikodens. Get hype. Why is my strength not coming back? Okay, what the hell? My stamina. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know when I'll do it. I'd like to. I would just play them all. I don't know how long of RPGs there are. I mean, all JRPGs are pretty long, so.
Agent York, I feel like someone's in there. Let's go and see.
Huh? What do y'all want? I'm kind of busy here.
Hi there. Are you Emma?
Yeah. Who are you?
Skateboard fanatic.
Francis York Morgan. I'm an FBI special
Every time,
agent.
dude.
Please call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York? So, what does the FBI want with little old me? I already told the police everything I know about Lise.
Skateboard.
Emma, I haven't come here to talk to you about Lise. Although I suppose it's sort
Damn,
of
that's a lot of
connected in a way.
characters.
My darling is broken,
Baptized.
and I need you to fix her.
Because she's the daughter of a
You call your
fucking...
board your darling? I never heard that one before.
She's the daughter of a pastor, I guess.
All right, let me see it. I'll try and assess the damage.
Teach me some tricks, Emma. Francis York's pro skater.
I replaced all your trucks, wheels, and gave you some brand new deck tape. Also, you were missing a tail guard, so I put one on for you. That way you should be able to do a few tricks here and there without any risk of damage.
Yeah, you'd have to
Well,
do it, Eric.
what do you think?
It's beautiful, Emma.
The wheels were scraped down and the base plate screws were all about to fall out. Oh, and the axles were also warped. It was pretty much in critical condition. Now, what I want to know is, how did it get that way?
Well, my car was stolen on my way here from Houston. So, I switched over to my darling and rode her here instead.
You know, you're crazier than you look.
Emma, would you mind answering another crazy question for me? I want to use this board to soar, literally. Would you mind teaching me a trick that would allow me to do so?
You mean you want
The
to do
off-roading,
a
yeah.
Wally?
Alligators
Well, I'd
chasing
be
me and
happy to
shit.
teach you how, but it's too cramped in here.
It's got like a cello there.
Oh, I know where we should go. You want to learn too? You sure? Seems like you're interested. Whatever. I know you're just gonna come along anyway. So
Yeah,
you should at
cool
least
beanie,
learn the
bitch.
basics.
Me and her have matching colored beanies, man. You guys can't tell anymore that I have different colored beanies now. I'm in like a fucking darker brown room. It's all lost, man. It's all for nothing. Yeah, I'm a fucking cool skater guy, man. Look forward to me
Agent
on the
York.
remake of Tony
Now we
Hawk.
should have enough room to practice.
Instead of baptized on my shirt, I'll just say fuck.
I'll show you how it's done first, then you just practice till you learn how to do it, okay?
Oh yeah, I get a Mega Milk shirt. Here you go, that's right. Damn, she's got like some anti-gravity fucking on her skateboard. She's gangster, dude. No knee pads or arm pads, nothing, dude. Jump incense. had to press L. Oh, Jesus! What the fuck? Why even bother pressing L, dude? So that's the power of speed. Holy fuck, this man's a god. The leg strength must just be insane. What the fuck, dude? This isn't even... Why would I even want to jump? If this is what happens. Oh my god. I don't think I get back there easily. Every time you touch something, you like fully flip around, dude. Let's try that again, man. Oh, way better, and we still got the silver.
Yeah. Thank you, Emma. I only learned that new trick thanks to your guidance. Now I'm sure that Zack and I will be able to reach our destination without any trouble at all. Thank you for assisting in the investigation.
Glad to be of service. If your board breaks
You can't
again,
get off
or
your board
you feel
there.
like customizing it a bit more, just stop on by my workshop. I'm pretty much always there during the day. I'm also taking some time off school because of what happened with Lise. Skating and playing music are the only things that help me escape the pain of losing her.
Well, we'll go there right away. Try to run this again.
Zack, did you see the expression on her face just now? She works hard to act cheerful, but she's yet another person who was hurt by the tragedy. Lisa's death is like wildfire, spreading embers of sadness throughout the entire town.
Abandoned factory. Alright, let's run it again. With gusto. Kicking off in the air. Whoa. Yeah, don't jump. That's pretty much the answer. I've taken damage. I think like 3,000 or something. Yeah, it's your total score across all of the mini games, probably. Or all of the skating minigames. Who knows how many skate parks there's gonna be essentially. Fuck. Not much quicker. Problem is if you go too fast or you jump too hard, like you just go past everything. So what's the point, man? Yeah, I guess so, but I mean there's coins and stuff, isn't there? Maybe you have to come in with like less speed or something. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's pretty crazy. I feel like you need 3,000 score or something. Oh, never mind. Oh, I guess we got it. Yeah, I'm sure he's pretty pumped, man. Passion project. Oh. Hopefully the whole development goes well. So does he just have like a team, or? I imagine so. Yeah, trying to figure out how any minigame or the physics work in this is madness. It's all just fucking wacky as hell. The rock skipping, the bowling was fucked. It's just all fucked, man. Really? Cool. I'll hope the game ends up good. Should have had her customize our board first. .360 power slide trick. Oh, the frame rate's godly in this, dude. This is the patched one, I think, too.
If this town has a symbol, it's got to be that bridge hanging over the bayou. Lift bridges are truly a rarity. Reminds me of Duluth, Minnesota. Remember what happened there? That man went to such great lengths to collect his victims' tongues. You know, the one who would French kiss them every day.
I'm running the stream at 60 FPS for some reason.
As I drove him to the station after his arrest, he started lecturing me on the proper way to give someone a kiss. Anyway, back to Duluth. They have a famous lift bridge there called the Aerial Lift Bridge. The lift bridge here is the first one we've seen since then, but this one looks a lot smaller than the Aerial Lift Bridge. Its smaller size was most likely chosen due to the width of the river and the sea level of this area. The height and structure of a bridge is what determines which sort of boats can travel down the river. Normal bridges' base heights are set at a higher point so that boats can freely pass underneath them. But I imagine it would be difficult to create a bridge with a large arch here due to the river width and the sea level. That's why we're seeing all these mobile bridges such as lift bridges and drawbridges around here. As far as Louisiana goes, it appears that they've built mobile bridges over most of the bayous. Fascinating, isn't it, Zach? So many different types of bridges. I'm curious to learn even more about bridges now. Let's do some detailed research next time we get the chance.
Tell me about the bridges. Mr. York. Alright, let's try Escape Part 2 or whatever. Where do I even start it? I look at the wall here? That must be it. You like break boxes with this or something? Oh shit. That frame drop too. Sick. Pressing L doesn't even work. How early do I have to do it, man? Yeah. Surprised they're asking that much. They must have big plans for it. That's good. Hopefully it all works out. I don't know how much Kickstarters usually are, but they want to make some good shit. What the hell? No way. Karate Kid, dude. She's Mr. Miyagi. Cats. Uh-oh. Crazy cat game. It's gonna be shit. That's all we need is more crazy cat people making games, man. Why is getting these flags such a pain? Yeah, it sounds like Swery's next game. God, controlling this is fucking dog shit though. Why does it show me an L and then you press it and just like nothing happens? Like I press it for the jump and just nothing. Like, how early do I have to actually do it? It could be a hold L. I could try it. What the fuck? I just pressed ZR and nothing happened, dude? Oh my god. Why is everything fucking so just not... Nothing feels just like on the money. You press buttons in this game and nothing ever happens when you fucking press it. Everything has like a fucking 10-year delay to it. Gone too quick there. That's all features. big money up there. Nice. I got more money. I was wondering why the durability on my skateboard never went down. It's because we didn't learn about the person yet. Kinda sucks you do have to stop by all the time and fix it. That one's just bait, dude. Christ, dude. It goes so far above it. I think he could have just made it a normal jump, not this fucking like a moon jump, dude. Why am I actually trying to get these fucking sweary minigames golded, man? Like, fucking no idea, man. Alright, yeah, trying to break those is bait if you're keeping up your speed. By the time the spin's done, you just can't do anything. And every time you touch something, you flip, dude. It's so bad. Whatever, dude. Because the spin ends and you still don't have control for a while. Having a slide in between that would be really hard. That'd be easier to do from the bottom angle there. Yeah, everything's just so sluggish, man. And you drop frames every time you like do a trick. Especially when you blow that shit up. I think I want to do like a slower jump there if I have to do this again. That might be all we needed. Okay. You fucked it. We got it, we got it. I'll grab a drink and a snack here after we upgrade this a bit. Good trash in there, girl.
Hi, Agent York.
How do we do that? How do I know? Is it like a stamp I gotta do? Because I'm not gonna do that spin that often. I mean, I could just do it for fun, but if I have to destroy shit, that's gonna be a totally different thing. Yeah, I don't know who would ever do all those stamps, man. A madman. It said it unlocked some kind of free quest. You have to be really obsessed.
Hi, Agent. Okay, let me take a look. You mind if I tell folks about how I got to customize a board for an FBI guy?
Of course not. You're my mentor, after all.
Really? Thanks. I reckon it might help out whenever I decide to open up my own shop, you know? I bet it'll make me famous. Official choice of FBI special agents. I'm gonna name it Emma's Skateboard Workshop.
When that happens, I hope you'll expand and open up stores all throughout the U.S. Otherwise, I'll have to come down to Louisiana every time I need to fix up my darling.
You trying to butter me up with compliments?
Absolutely not, Emma. I'm serious.
He doesn't fucking compliment.
Your skills are top class. You figured out how I ride my board merely from the friction marks, then adjusted my trucks based on that. The wheel and bearing selection in your shop makes perfect sense to me. Your finesse with applying the deck tape was also impeccable. It's rare to find an artisan who thinks this deeply about her customers. I now understand why you call this a workshop rather than a garage. Emma, you should be more confident. Zach and I both guarantee that you possess true talent in your craft.
Agent York, you really believe I'm that talented? Wow, I'm so moved, I don't even know what to say. See you later. Oh, if you ever got any skateboard questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Teach me a trick. York doesn't play, man. He means what he says. He says what he means. Let's go find a dog to shoot. Get this quest off our list.
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach.
Wild dogs.
There's no turning back now.
Feral.
Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden downpour that made it impossible for us to see the road? The rain was so torrential that we couldn't see more than a few miles ahead of us. I'm sure local drivers are used to that sort of
squirrel.
Thing. They were all going normal speeds. I'll bet that scene reminded you of a certain film, or perhaps a certain person. Violent City, 1970, directed by Sergio Salino. I only ever saw it on TV when I was a kid, so I don't remember it very well. But I definitely remember that it featured a bridge. A long bridge. During the New Orleans part, that's the one thing I remember. That bridge must have been the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. And the film starred Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. What an amazing sound. You couldn't possibly find another man whose name matches his appearance so perfectly. Yes, yes, of course I know that Charles Bronson isn't his real name. Charles Dennis Buch...
Go to the police office, man. Why can't I get on my skateboard? Like broken? That quickly? Oh, that's good now. Thing like it just flew up in the air.
Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying that. Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or...
I've heard that one before. There's more repeats in this one. They just kind of intersperse the new stuff in. Still haven't found any killer bees, man. Alright, let's go see about upgrading our slot situation, and then we'll go jump across the old thingamajig. Loading times to die for, though. Nintendo's next generation console. Like, not the Switch, but something else. Switch 2. Later, Age. Oh, okay. Jesus, I really need to get some funds, man. All these fucking consoles coming out. Especially the Nintendo ones, their games aren't going anywhere else. Just kind of like a placeholder, or do you think they know like actual information? Maybe I'll go to the church first, because I think the races are only available for one day, or the tours. How long has the Switch been out? thought the Switch was going fine, but I could see them doing kind of like an upgrade or something. 3 years? That's not very long for a console nowadays. But I could see some upgraded one, especially because they're like super behind tech-wise. Although that's never really stopped them. Games are still usually better. 2 to 3 years? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that makes more sense then, yeah. Why would they have PS4 and Xbox One on there, but not the Switch? Is this game gonna be like too demanding or something? Figured it'd just be another like kind of, you know, retro style. Oh, 2D sprites, 3D backgrounds, huh? So kind of Octopathy? Maybe, I don't know, yeah, I don't get it.
I can see thou hath discovered.
Yeah, it could be. Wouldn't put it past him. I mean, was Suikoden a SNES thing? Was that on SNES originally? They could kill you. Spit it like a return. I'm gonna check the skateboard upgrades. I don't think there were any I could do. That was PlayStation. Let me go back. Like I said, I was just checking the necklaces. Maybe I have to press like RL or something. That's all I wanted to check was the skateboard upgrades. I already put a charm in, but... Problem is you need so many materials, man. And I'm not gonna go like look them up and farm them and shit. I wish you just got more materials naturally in this. From doing stuff. You really have to go out of your way. Fucking loading times, dude, are so bad. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I mean, Indie's release on the Switch out the ass, so I don't think it could be that bad. Maybe their game's just gonna be more ambitious than what the Switch can handle.
Thou, verily.
Oh, here we go. So I'll up my acceleration. Can I create a speed one? Hey, killer bees, dude. Where are the killer bees at? Handling. Max speed, braking, and durability. I just want speed. Nothing else. So I just need to look up these killer bees, man. It's probably like something we haven't found yet, but it's for some reason used in everything. And I ran around like every fucking single area in this game. In the graveyard, this guy says. Okay, let's go do that. Maybe we'll get my speed upgraded. Killer bee and chicory stems.
Thou
'I'd rather, yeah, not like them. I'd rather have 3,000 just to pay bills than fucking paying like a game, right? Was 3.3k the number they decided on, or is it like some kind of increasing average thing? Graveyard's close to here, isn't it? Not really. Did you know Boomerang? That's cheap money for Boomerang OC, dude. Cheap, dude. To be in a big game like that. Is there like money to be like a party member too? Oh, that'd be rough. I'm sure there's at least out of the hundreds of fucking whatever party members are gonna do if it's like the other ones. We'll have at least one. Kickstarter backer character. Okay, 350k, yeah, in USD. I don't see any killer bees in here, dude. I just shot.
It really seemed like you knew who Galena Clarkson was.
Well, I've never actually talked.
Do they just keep spawning?
You didn't even twitch when you saw Galena's body.
Why would I? Dead things can't hurt us, right?
Girls your age don't usually think that way.
Do you have kids, Agent York?
What's your
No, I
cat in
don't.
the game?
I'm not married either.
Then you have no idea how girls my age usually think. Besides, I'm used to seeing dead bodies thanks to CSI. Especially dismembered corpses like hers. You know, for a so-called profiling professional, you're pretty clueless.
In that case, allow me to apologize. But don't you think it's a bit of a leap to discount my observational abilities simply because corpses don't scare you?
I don't know. I mean, you're completely wrong.
Do you know what I was thinking back there then?
Of course not. I'm not a pro.
The same goes for me, Patty. No manner of pro could ever know 100% of what another person is thinking, unless, of course, that pro has a mental connection with them, like Zach and I have. If I was telepathic, I wouldn't have joined the FBI. I would have taken over a small country or become a messiah.
Now who's making crazy leaps?
I will admit, though, Patty, I feel like you and I have something in common. We definitely have similarities, even though they aren't as strong as the ones that Zach and I share.
I'm waiting for Patty
Whatever.
to be
Perhaps you and I
fucking
grew up under similar circumstances.
the chick in the
We're
future
both
somehow.
unique cases.
Like
Huh?
more tan.
Unique cases?
In your case, your beautiful mother's second husband became your
Daddy.
daddy. But then your mama got sick, forcing you to take care of things, while you used CSI as your escape.
Would you just knock it off? I ain't trying to act like some tragic heroine here. And I don't care that my daddy isn't the same color as me. You're way more narrow-minded than I took you for, Agent York.
Narrow-minded? You're just realizing this now? Of course I'm narrow-minded. I'm a selfish man who lives life according to his own rules, with no interest in common sense. Naturally, this makes me terrible at reading situations, and I often end up angering people by total accident. But is it really that big of a problem? I've still made a contribution to society by solving numerous difficult cases, and I'm still terribly charming. And I'm still terribly charming.
You and I have absolutely nothing in common. What kind of circumstances does a kid even need to end up like you?
Try asking Zach. It's not my place to answer that one.
Ugh.
The main personality. It's two different people, man. But York's always, I guess, in control. Zach's just there with him until the end of the first game, and then York leaves. It's just Zach. It's not a split personality, I don't think. In like the first game, it like sort of seems like it is, but then they kind of up the paranormal shit, so it like kind of isn't. Yeah, well, in the first game they kind of play it both ways a bit, but by the end I think it's more just like it's another dude, and this one's a lot more paranormal, so maybe it'll get into it more. It's Deadly Premonition, it's hard to really fully give the lowdown on it. Alright, maybe that'll be enough. Although we need to kill 30 killer bees, so maybe we just go through all of them. These keep respawning.
Receiving transmission beep.
The last one we have on the list is just like, it's just a building, but I can't find it. I found a building that looks like it, but not the one. How many of these bees we got left? Only fucking done 8. Jesus. Maybe we'll come back and wrap this up when I don't have it. I have to like wait around on the story. Cause the race place is about open. This extra acceleration is cool though. Will this spawn more if I just sit here? We just don't know. Looks like these all respawn pretty quick though. I want to just grind them out, I could.
What else have you seen on that sci-fi movie channel?
Agent York, why are you asking me that?
Discussing movies is one of the most basic forms of communication in our country.
What time period do you live in?
It's always been that way in every era. In this country, all dialogues always begin from films.
Ugh, says who? You're making me sick.
Sick?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna puke.
I know just what you need to do, Patty.
What?
Tell me what other movies you've seen on that sci-fi channel.
Ugh, you're so annoying. Fine. I saw this one movie where a pretty lady and an old guy fight, and they were both robots.
Ah, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. 2003, directed by Jonathan Mostow. I knew you were an Arnold S. fan.
Oh, you said it again. Oh, whatever. I'm not a fan of his or anything, okay? He just happened to be in
He's good, man.
So, what did you think?
I
Those
knew
is
of the name
fucking-
Terminator,
those movies.
but it was my first time seeing one of those movies.
What? You've never seen Terminator?
Well, the first 2 came out before I was even born.
I know, but come on. It's Terminator.
Boys probably like it, but I'm sure most girls don't give 2 craps about it. Oh, but I know it was directed by the same person who did Titanic.
Titanic. Oh, you mean Raise the Titanic. 1980, directed by Jerry Jameson. But he didn't direct Terminator. He's famous for Airport 77 and The Deadly Tower. You probably know this already, but The Deadly Tower was based on the 1966 Texas Tower sniper
He's
incident.
not James
I learned about it
Cameron,
at the
Terminator
FBI Academy
2,
in
but
Quantico.
it
In the
just
film,
goes off
Kurt
to my
Russell
other
plays
shit.
Charles Joseph Whitman, the assailant. He really brought the character to life with an awe-inspiring performance. What's wrong, Patty? I'm just trying to talk about Terminator 3, that movie you saw, but you're not paying any attention. So be it. If you're not in the mood to talk, then let's return to the investigation. It's a shame, though. We really wanted to hear more about the films you saw, didn't we, Zach? Hey, let's shout something out loud.
Like what?
Chocolate.
Heard that one anyways.
Hey, let's shout something out.
Damn bees, man. Why 30 when they're fucking like, they don't even travel around, you have to like come to a damn beehive.
Let's shout something out loud.
Great, I'm poisoned.
Like what?
Chocolate sundae.
How many more of these I gotta do? 10 more. I mean, at least we'll have the materials pretty much done in the future. I'm glad they respawn at least, man. They're good. I think we need some kind of Chickaw or some shit twig too. I wanted to get more speed on the dealio, the skateboard. Mainly just doing this for the side quest though. The charms and all that'll be a bonus. Oops. I guess you get the loot from those if you shoot them before the bees come out, but then you don't get the bee kill. I don't know if the bees respawn if I don't destroy the hives. Gotta be close, man. And I really need to. Okay, I got 30. Okay. Let me go to the church. I was hoping this would like kill animals when I flew into them, but
Zach, you're a coffee person, right? No sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely with you on that one.
I guess I could have went to the police office and turned this in, but we'll just talk to this guy first while he's open. I'll go to the police office, then the Charms place. And then we'll do the other story thing.
I don't like hospitals.
Why not?
They soup folks up with medicine, cut them up, and then they try and act like they're your friends. Something ain't right about that, you know? It goes against the laws of nature. Plus, this is a church. So you got a pastor, a servant of God, actually playing God with his patients.
I think you have a point there, Patty. These days, we can neither determine death nor reproduce without the help of modern medicine. Yeah, our world's become quite an unnatural one. Oh, excuse me.
Professor R.
This is Lucare. You need to watch where you're going, or someone might end up tripping you.
Gotta look like them.
Zach, it's her. The stylish woman who watched Lise die.
Did they? What kind of update we
I've
talking?
been waiting for you, lost lamb.
Hi there, Pastor. Would you mind letting go of me? I'm in a bit of a hurry right now.
So pitiful. The Lord hungers.
Here we go again.
Evangelical action.
What?
Pitiful.
Sheep racing
pitiful,
time
my
trials.
little lamb.
No, neither Zach nor
Jesus
I.
Christ.
Oh, so
It
pitiful.
sounds like it's gonna be crazy.
So pitiful, just pitiful. The Lord hungers. 1 can of Spam, 1 can of red beans, and 1 can of spinach. You are to offer up the taboo trinity.
Taboo? Don't you mean the holy?
Oh, how I pity you. Unlike us humans, the Lord never errs. Now, my pitiful agent, bring forth the taboo trinity at once. For it is the will of the Lord our God.
See? I told you this was gonna be a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
But
the
Zach
video
and I
works
need to go
pretty
after that
hammed
stylish
up. It's
woman.
funny.
Too late now. We need to obey God's will.
The Lord hungers.
Come on, hurry
Let's
it
get
up.
it go all
we need
out.
to go.
Well, Zach, I don't know what to say. First an oracle, and now an order from God? Maybe this is the trial that will yield the ticket to the goddess. Either way, it looks like we have no choice but to gather the taboo trinity. I guess it just goes to show that small towns are always filled with the bizarre and unpredictable.
Oh, Jesus. Hit up all the stores. Well, I guess we can go hit up the other shit on the way then. That shop on the bottom's open from 1 to 8, so we'll just do that later. I really wish we could get more of the albums unlocked at once. Although I don't really want to probably finish any of the other ones to take too long. But on the off chance I just noticed one. I still gotta finish that last picture we're looking for. I found buildings like it, just not the right ones, I guess. I got a lot of money now. It's good. I'm gonna probably spend any of it. I wish the expansion slots just cost money and not materials, so you could actually really get more. Money seems to be way more useless than, of course.
Okay, hold on.
You need a bazillion.
Misty?
No, Melvin.
Oops.
I've simply gotten myself tangled up in a little mess.
You gotta fucking farm up a bunch of random materials. It's like, it'd be okay if you're just creating and upgrading your stuff, but then also expanding your slots is just kind of rough.
Oh, I get it, Mr. York. The Lord hungers, right?
Yes, apparently the Lord is starving, and I'm a lamb with no sense of direction.
That skateboard chick's father's a fucking creep, though. The church, man. I'm surprised he even lets her fucking skateboard, man. Satanic.
What's the buzz, Mr. FBI Special Agent?
What's the buzz?
What's the buzz?
Living blood. We have to kill feral dogs, man. The mad dog. Cujo. Best Stephen King film. I haven't actually seen Cujo. I mean, I know Cujo, but they reference Cujo. I've actually seen the movie. Shame the world takes so long to load, so every time you go into business, it's like fucking 10 years, man. Wonder if this will just always be on the Switch. Or swear he'll go out of his way and port it. I mean, unless he has like some deal with Nintendo. Which they might. Only time I find dogs, I'll just shoot them. I'll go hunting for them because they're kind of more spread around, but at least I'll just see them naturally. Yeah. I mean, they ported the first one to everything. We'll see. I don't know where I get rice. I have to get rice for this lady, but I feel like I have to look that up. I might do that. Oh, were they? It's been a pretty shit company. Maybe they picked the Switch because it just shit sells more on the Switch or something. Where to find rice? It's always like some fucking video, dude. Just write it down. Visit the Clarkson Sugar Plantation. On the ground to the right of the building. So these are like in fucking special spots. Jesus.
Ugh, the air out there don't feel right today. You feel it too, honey? Oh, coming right up, honey. I'll put my heart and soul into it.
Alexis, could I have some red beans and rice?
Oh, my Lord. Sorry, honey, but no can do. We only serve red beans and rice on Mondays. That's a meal you eat when you're busy, like folks usually are on Monday. It's been a tradition here in Louisiana for as long as I can remember. Wait, honey, don't tell me. You're the type who does your laundry every day? Oh.
Tradition, Zach. This is it. The deep south. Louisiana. We need to obey tradition here and come back on Monday.
On Monday? We get red beans and rice. It's Wednesday. Holy fuck, dude. They don't give a fuck in this game, dude. Literally gonna wait almost a whole week to get some fucking red beans and rice, man. Well, I guess I'll have plenty of time to do some fucking side quests, man. We'll see where these other main quests take me. Highly doubt they're gonna take long. Jesus Christ, dude. Monday, I couldn't even have fucking... I've gone as optimally as I can story-wise, man. And it's Wednesday. I think you start the game like on Monday, pretty much. I mean, yeah, I could fast forward the days real quick, but I mean, I got some stuff I need to do subsequently across days. Gonna go to the Owl place and buy some shit. We'll do the other main story thing, see what happens. After I go down to... It's really... Oh, I guess so, man. I've just got to tell me Wednesday morning is the only time he's available, and I wait like a full week. Like, what the fuck? That guy's hungry and we gotta wait to give him food for like a week?
Do you carry any canned goods here?
Canned goods? The vermin of the grocery store? Nay, I think not.
Understood, Mirror. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Wait. I can see it. I can see the canned good thou seeketh.
How intriguing. Well then, where is the canned good I seek?
In a place where no man could ever peddle it.
I see. In a place where it can't be bought from a person. Got it, Mirror.
'Twas but a trifle, for the Lord hungers, doth he not?
Zach, it's in a vending machine. It appears that God wants us to go on a wild goose chase all around town.
Spinach from a vending machine.
Wow.
That sounds like shit.
Verily.
I need the chicory stem, dude. High quality plate, chicory stem, and crawfish whiskers. Yeah, this one's way more wacky. Yeah. It's very different from one. I'd say one, story-wise, is better so far. For sure.
Thou hast discovered the very purpose of my
There's a lot more just wacky for the sake of wacky shit in this one. And it doesn't even have to mesh with the story at all. And York's still fun in this for sure, but he feels a bit different than one. Where in one he roasts people more and sometimes has his like serious shit going on. In this he's a lot more of a happy jokester. Who knows though? So yeah, I definitely.
Thou.
So I definitely wanted you to run around and explore shit.
I can see thou hast
Yeah, because we've barely done any investigation shit. I mean, I know we're only on episode 2. But there's been more story in the future bits. Just raw story back to back. And this, I mean, chick died. We follow random oracles with no logic, just for fun, until we find out who the murderer is. The visions just straight up show who did it, and then we move on to the next oracle thing. Yeah, and one, it just was not. He just did not want to do it. And then the main story is a lot more enticing already. And with the illusion that you're not going to be able to do everything in time, you end up just kind of blasting the story. At least for I did, for the most part. In this, I mean, you don't miss anything really. You just got to come back at that time on a different day. Yeah, I mean, the side content definitely seems more fleshed out in this, for sure. I won't deny that. I mean, it's not very well executed always, but I mean, there's like little, you know, cutscenes here and there, and you're meeting random people that aren't in the main story, and you're going and doing things, and there's little mini games and stuff. In that respect, it's kind of Yakuza-esque, but they weren't the cops. Yeah, that's what I remember. These dogs. Albino croc. The accuracy in this game is special, dude. Got a bazillion fucking ammo though. That's cheap as fuck to buy. Yeah. I definitely feel like York has... He's still a really fun character, because he just is conceptually, but like... He's got a little bit less depth to him in this one. And I feel like his dynamic with the people around him in the main story isn't as cool as in the first one. He still have like has fun dialogue with people, but they really played up him being kind of an oddball in the first one, where everybody's kind of a wacky ass in this. So. I don't know. It's cool. We'll see by the end how the story is. It's definitely seemed like they're going for a extra slow burn. They barely even revealed. Damn, this fucking speed's crazy. Barely even revealed what's going on in the future story or what the goal's gonna be. Apparently the rice is just like right here. Why? Truly a mystery. Oh yeah, chicory stem.
Zach, we're...
Yeah, there's definitely more side characters in this with more personality, which is cool. So where this upgrades in side content, I guess. Maybe it doesn't in main story. I don't know. It's a slow burn main story so far though.
Just felt like saying that.
Meanders a bit. You're supposed to kind of enjoy, I guess, the journey. Like, I definitely want to do side quests in this. For the first one, I was just like, no thank you. I don't even remember any of the side characters in the first one. They kind of show them all in the town hall, and then like that's... And then you just kind of have to do side quests with them, and they're not terribly interesting.
Zach, it appears to be closed. Let's come back during business.
When is it open? Really, 2 p.m.? I just missed it. Oh, it's open again at 5 p.m. I guess we'll come back. A vending machine somewhere in town. Dirty wild dogs. Yeah, maybe he wanted you to be able to explore, and he focused the budget in the main, like in the world, and then the main story, and then they just kind of ran out for side quests and just kind of phoned it in. All I could really think of. I wonder if you can stack speeds or if it's just like one speed buff. Yeah, and then they just didn't execute. Maybe this is more what their vision was in terms of side content. We'll just see if the story that they focused on it is good. Yeah. And it seems to be less annoying to do side shit in this. Like, yeah, stuff is timed at certain points, but there's never a point where it seems like you'll miss something. I'm sure you could just pick shit up later. You just have to go at certain times to continue. I don't know if the first one's side stuff was like that. First one's side stuff seemed like you could just straight up miss it. But maybe that just was deceptive like that. Why didn't I just get a chicory stem? Oh, I used one, I forgot.
see it. Thou hath discovered.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like so. I just didn't want to bother. Okay, yeah. Because the first game had a lot of like tomorrow or this day, don't miss it kind of stuff. Or in this, it's just like Monday, you know, at this time, and it doesn't really say you can't do it on any Monday. I think they're just more upfront about it. So this one's more chill in that respect. I don't feel like I just have to bust the main story. And the side kind of has enough silly bullshit it's worth seeing. Well, there's a shitload of optional spoken dialogue in this, like in the future sections and then, or current day sections and then talking to Patty and shit. Yeah, for sure.
So you clearly love TV shows, but what about movies?
Movies? We don't even have a movie theater around here, so I can only watch what I manage to catch on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame him. It's not like you really want to do half of it. This game has probably a lot of missable side shit. Some of it seems kind of cryptic to even pick up. I've just picked up stuff just naturally from kind of existing. Like you just talk to somebody when they happen to be somewhere and they get like a quest and it's like, okay. Like whatever. Guess we go down to the Thompson's farm. One sec.